Alright guys, so finally we have created our very first ad campaign if you're a coach or a consultant. So the next step essentially is how you structure the Facebook ad campaign or the ad set of the ad. Basically how you structure the ad account. And that is what essentially in today's video we will be covering. But before that, if you already haven't liked, commented, shared or press that particular bell icon, make sure that you do so. It really helps us to grow. Having said that, let's dive in when it comes to the structure of the ad campaign. Now what we left out with on the previous sort of like the training was that we made one particular ad. Now the next step is that what I highly encourage is that you make more than just one ad and you make more than just one particular ad set. Over here, the main variable that essentially we changed was the image, the ad copy and the headline. Those are the three primary variables, right? Let's duplicate this and let's change one variable at a time. Also, what I have generally seen is that advertisers out there, or even beginner business owners or coaches or consultants out there, they change multiple variables, which again is not something which I prefer. It's primarily because in that case, you won't be able to analyze which variable essentially is counting towards the success of a particular ad. So just the main objective over here should be, the main objective of duplicating a particular ad set should be, you need to see which variable is it that is bringing in the most returns. So let's duplicate this particular ad over here by clicking on this particular three buttons over here, and then you can choose from either duplicate or either quickly duplicate. Quickly duplicate is something that I always prefer. So let's select this one. Everything is quickly duplicated over here. Now imagine this particular scenario. You essentially are scrolling your mobile, right? And while scrolling your mobile, what is that one particular thing that occupies the most amount of space? Take a few seconds to guess that. And I hope it's primarily the creative or the image or the video. So it's essentially the creative which occupies the most amount of space, either on a desktop or on a mobile or either let's say on a tablet. So the best bet over here is that the variable that you're trying to change, as per my experience and my knowledge, should be primarily the ad itself, right? Like the ad creative over here. So let's change this particular ad creative and let's remove all of the previous ones. Click on add image and let's upload one new sort of like ad creative over here. So let's take out this one. Click on next. Everything optimization over here seems good. Click on next, click on done. Click on done. Now we have sort of like a new image over here, right? As you can actually see on the ad preview. Scroll up and the next step is that we need to change the naming convention or the name of the ad itself. Now over here we need to describe what the image or what the creative is about. So let's see over here it's about it's showcasing a flower, right? So let's take flower over here and let's go back to the previous sort of like the ad. Over here we also have a flower over here, but workshop flower maybe, right? That's the variable that we have changed. So we need to describe what exactly the ad or what exactly the video is about, right? And so we essentially have two ads over here. What I highly suggest is that we should be sticking to roughly about 3 to 5 ads in one particular ad set. So let's create a couple of more ad sets. Click on quick duplicate and then scroll down, remove all of the creatives over here, click on add image and let's pick out one new ad image. Again, these are all over here that you see are all dummies, but you get the idea, right? And describe this as, let's say, blank flower. It's because, as a matter of fact, at any given point of time, if you were to scroll your mobile or your desktop, when it comes to Facebook, roughly about 70% of the screen is occupied by the creative itself. When I say creative, I mean either the video, either the image, either the carousel. So it has to be the creative which accounts for roughly about 70% of the space. So that makes perfect sense that we need to constantly make new ads, make new creatives, etc. So yeah, there we go. We have the third sort of like the image over here, and then let's quickly duplicate this one as well. Let's scroll down, remove all of this over here, click on add image, and then let's pick up this one. So this is about a course. So let's name this over here. So there we go. Inside one particular ad set, we essentially have 4 new ads, and we're targeting fitness over here. Now, what essentially we want to do is that we want to create multiple ad sets. And by multiple ad sets, what I mean is that we need to target multiple audiences, right? Multiple ICPs or ideal customer personas. So let's duplicate this particular ad set. And let's pick out a few more interests when it comes to physical fitness. Perhaps take a few fitness models. For example, Arnold. Let's take out Arnold. Arnold Classic, sure, we can go with that. It roughly has a size of about 1.8 million till 2.1 million. Let's take Arnold Classic, right? We have a good sort of like an audience over here. So Arnold Classic. Now, when it comes to the targeting aspects over here, what we're using is a single interest targeting. Essentially, what a single interest targeting means is that we're just using one and only one interest. We're not using multiple interests. We're not using stacking of interest. I mean, one interest over another, etc. We're not using flex interest targeting. What essentially flex targeting means is that, for example, if a person is interested into fitness and they're also interested into, let's say, Arnold Classic, so we are narrowing down our audience. Basically, we're not using that over here. We are just sticking down to just one interest over here. Now, also in today's world, as you might have studied here and there, that Facebook is essentially supporting broad audiences. Essentially, that means that out of all of the interest out there, Facebook algorithm is so much trained that it can help you find the best audience for yourself. So let's also test out open targeting or broad targeting. Essentially, those are the same things. So let's remove all of the targeting over here and rename this as open or broad. I mean, we can go with anything over here, right? So there we go. We have 3 ad sets over here, and then finally duplicate this. Let's add one more ad set perhaps. So that makes a total of 4 ad sets over here. Ad sets or ad groups, again, the same things. Let's head on to suggestions and let's see if we have something related to fitness. Let's pick out fitness. Physical fitness, sure, we can go forward with that. Again, physical fitness is an extremely sort of like a broad interest. It's because we have a huge interest of roughly about 1 billion people. So yeah, let's pick out physical fitness over here, and there we go. Now, what we are left out with are basically one campaign. Inside that particular one campaign, we have 4 ad sets, and in each ad sets we have around 4 ads. So totaling, we have roughly about 16 ads over here. Now, the next thing is that we need to have some sort of let's rename this. But before, let's rename this to roughly to what the campaign is about. So since this particular campaign is just targeting people who are at the top of the funnel, which means that people who, let's say, are at the prospecting stage, or people who are just getting to know our brand or our business, or you being a coach or a consultant. So this is essentially the top of the funnel audience. Let's rename that as TOF, which again steps to top of the funnel. What is it that you're trying to promote? What's like the campaign objective over here? We are using conversion, and what's like the events that is happening is lead generation, right? So let's take lead gen. Now over here also we are not using advantage campaign budget, which is off. So this essentially means that we are using ABO, which means ad set budget optimization. We're using the exact same budget across every ad group or every ad set. Now this is how you name a particular sort of like a campaign. Now, when it comes to retargeting and re-engagement, what essentially that means is that people who are in the top of the funnel and yet they haven't converted as leads, we need to re-engage them in some way, right? So for that, what we can do is that we can essentially duplicate this entire campaign, delete all of the ad sets over here, and just rename this as middle of the funnel. Essentially, what middle of the funnel means is that we're dealing with warmer audiences. Warmer audiences essentially comprise of people who let's say are people who have engaged with our Facebook page or our Instagram profile. They have engaged with our ad, etc. But again, they haven't clicked on the website link to get redirected to where we want them to go. So again, the variable that we'll be changing over here are a couple of variables. For example, primarily the custom audiences now, and also we'll be unchecking the rest 25 to 54. Make sure that you do not enter any interest over here. It's because we are retargeting at that stage. Now, a good idea over here is that we need to retarget people into the custom audiences, especially let's say Facebook engages, right? So the process is fairly simple. Click on create new, click on custom audiences, go to the Facebook pages, because over here you need to select the source, or like where exactly are the custom audiences coming from, right? So it's coming from the Facebook page. Click on next. Now over here, select the appropriate page. Let's take urban sketches over here, and events, everyone who engaged with your page. Sure. Retention, I highly suggest that we do not go beyond the 30-day time frame. Now we need to have the audience name. Let's take CA, which again stands for custom audiences, urban sketches, URS, and then click and then Facebook FB engages 30 days. Facebook is going to populate all of that stuff and create an audience. I won't be creating one, it's because I already have one. Now click on create audience, and then let's select from the custom audiences from here. Now Facebook page visitors 30 days, this is the one that we created, and you'll be retargeting all of them, right? Now again, you can easily duplicate this particular ad set, perhaps include Instagram engages, include Facebook page engages for 10 days, 15 days, so on and so forth. Now, another variable that you should guys be considering is that you need to change the ads. It's because you won't be showing the exact same ads to the people who have been your past engages. So make sure that you rename all of that stuff, right? Make sure that you have a new sort of like a new creative over here, a new primary text, a new headline, a new description, and the website link should stay the same. Now, the last one essentially can be a bottom of the funnel conversion, or a retargeting, as you might call it. So essentially what bottom of the funnel means is that we're including all of the people who are our hot audiences. For example, people who have been to our website, but again, they haven't converted as a lead, or they haven't converted as an appointment, right? So over here, now select, again, we need to create a new custom audiences and sources as a website and all of that stuff. Click on next, and then let's pick out the website visitors. Website visitors, perhaps for 30 days. And again, the process is fairly simple. Make sure that the ads are different from the top of the funnel and from the middle of the funnel. And once done, the next step is essentially the budgeting. Now, for example, at the top of the funnel, if you're really spending roughly about $80, perhaps spend $40 on middle of the funnel and then $20 on bottom of the funnel, thus totaling 80 plus 40 plus 20, which again equates to $140, right? This is how budgeting is essentially done. How I like to budget is that, for example, if I have 100% of the budget, I allocate roughly about 60% to top of the funnel, 25% to the middle of the funnel, and finally 15% to the bottom of the funnel. This is how I essentially make sure that my campaigns are up and running. So yeah, there we go. We essentially have a whole funnel of websites over here, and that's the end of the tutorial. Also, I'm offering a gift, which essentially is a free ebook called The 11 Social Media Ads Secret Finally Revealed. If you want to avail that, make sure that you check out the link in the description below. And also, if you're a coach or a consultant who's looking forward to more appointments, more leads, and more sales, I'm offering a free strategy session, a free 45-minute strategy call, no obligation. Make sure that you click the link in the description below to book a call with me, and I will see you on the other side. Till then, thank you.